Sanrio, the powerhouse behind global icons like Hello Kitty, My Melody, and Cinnamoroll, is famous for its colorful world of kawaii mascots. Over the decades, it has introduced hundreds of characters, many of whom have faded quietly into obscurity as new mascots take center stage. However, one character didn't just fade, she was deliberately erased. Kathy, a white bunny who was once one of Hello Kitty's closest companions, vanished from Sanrio's official lineup not due to poor sales or lack of popularity, but because of a legal clash with another beloved bunny, Miffy. Kathy, a mascot with legacy. Kathy's roots run surprisingly deep in Sanrio's history. Originally introduced in the early 1970s, even before Hello Kitty's 1974 debut, Kathy began as Little Honey, a cheerful bunny often depicted alongside Koro-chan, Sanrio's very first mascot. With her modest smile, minimalist design, and signature bow, Kathy eventually evolved into a soft-spoken friend for Hello Kitty, appearing in merchandise and animated series like Hello Kitty and Friends. In many ways, Kathy was poised to become a pillar of the Sanrio brand. Despite her redesigns over the years, Kathy retained a simplicity that made her easily recognizable: a round face, eyes, and a cross-shaped mouth. Unfortunately, it was this very simplicity and that small mouth that sparked one of the most significant controversies in Sanrio history: the Miffy problem. Miffy, created by Dutch artist Dick Bruna in 1955, shares more than a few visual traits with Kathy. She too is a white bunny with a cross-shaped mouth and a minimalist aesthetic. Miffy's global popularity, especially in Europe and Japan, was significant. By the late 1990s, she had become a merchandising phenomenon, even ranking among Japan's top-selling characters in 1999. In 2008, Bruna publicly criticized Sanrio, accusing the company of mimicking his design. While he never explicitly named Kathy, the implication was clear: Kathy's resemblance to Miffy was too close for comfort. In 2010, this tension exploded into a legal dispute when Bruna's company, biannce, filed a lawsuit against Sanrio in the Netherlands. Their claim? Kathy infringed upon Miffy's copyright. The legal battle that silenced a character. The lawsuit culminated in a Dutch court ruling in favor of biannce, which imposed several restrictions on Sanrio. A halt to all Kathy-related merchandise sales in the Benelux region. Immediate notification to business partners about the ruling. Hefty fines, €25,000 per day for non-compliance, up to €2 million. Sanrio initially rejected the ruling, arguing there was no infringement. But then came a twist: the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. In the wake of the disaster, both Sanrio and biannce agreed to an out-of-court settlement. As part of the agreement, Sanrio voluntarily withdrew Kathy from all future use, and both parties pledged €150,000 to Japan's recovery efforts. This decision not only ended the legal fight but effectively erased Kathy from Sanrio's universe. The company stopped producing merchandise, pulled her from reissued media, and replaced her in old animations, often digitally painting over her with other characters. Kathy didn't just disappear. She was scrubbed from history. Repercussions across the Sanrio universe. Kathy's erasure had ripple effects. Some fans believe her removal discouraged Sanrio from reviving other older characters like Fifi, Chip, or Judy, whose designs similarly reflected early kawaii aesthetics. With Kathy gone, the company began pairing Hello Kitty with either brand new characters or its modern mascots like Kuromi and Pompompurin. The re-editing of older content also posed challenges. Episodes of Hello Kitty and Friends had to be digitally altered. In one infamous instance, Kathy was replaced by a generic bear. In another, a dog filled her role. These edits baffled longtime fans, some of whom didn't realize Kathy had ever existed. Why Kathy's case matters. The Kathy Miffy controversy is a rare example of a character being fully removed from a brand as massive as Sanrio. Unlike other forgotten mascots, Kathy's exit wasn't business-driven. It was legal. Her case underscores the fragile balance between inspiration and imitation in the world of character design, especially in the minimalist kawaii genre, where small design changes carry huge implications. It also raises broader questions. How should legacy characters be protected in a world where visual simplicity is the norm? And when does homage cross into plagiarism? A legacy lost, but not forgotten. Today, Kathy remains a ghost in Sanrio's catalog, a character whose absence speaks louder than her once endearing presence. While she may never return to shelves, her story persists as a quiet reminder of how intellectual property law, character design, and cultural impact can collide in unexpected ways. To most, she's just another cute bunny. But to fans who remember her quiet charm, Kathy is something more, a symbol of the creativity, controversy, and complicated legacy hidden beneath Sanrio's sugary surface.